Guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. Welcome back to the 2-week Star Wars series that I'm doing, where we go through every single Star Wars movie leading up to the Rise of Skywalker that's coming out next Friday. I'll be seeing it Thursday night. I'm trying to get a review out Friday. I am going out of towns again to visit family, so I won't be in town to do reviews with other people that I was planning to do. So hopefully I can do one Friday and or do a spoiler-free one, and when I get back, maybe a spoiler review. I have no idea. I might just do both and put them out there. But anyway, this for this series there will be spoilers. So if you guys have not seen Star Wars Episode 2, then click off here now, because you really don't want to be part of this, because I will be spoiling stuff, so that's your warning. And honestly, you're not missing anything in this review. So anyway, let's get right. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. The worst Star Wars movie of all of them, in my opinion. Okay, so after Star Wars Episode 1, George Lucas must have heard complaints from Phantom Menace, and so I think he didn't listen. The only thing that he probably listened was less than Jar Jar Binks in this movie, but this movie has even worse dialogue. It's so freaking bad. This movie. So this is a romantic movie. Why? See, this movie was supposed to be about Anakin Skywalker getting closer to the dark side, seeing him turn a little bit closer to it. But no, I think he prefers turning to being a whiny little brat. Oh God! Oh, I mean, this is insane. I mean, I like Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker in Episode 3, because that one at least has really good dialogue. Well, it has better dialogue, not really good dialogue, but better. And you can actually that's actually the watchable prequel. But I'll save that for that review. But so this is just the same exact movie, except for there's less said at me, just less meetings in general, and but we get even a worse. I don't want to say worse actor than Jake Lloyd, because in this scenario I have no idea who to blame. I don't know if it's George Lucas as a writer, or Hayden Christensen's acting, or both. I have no idea what to say about this, because it's just insane how terrible this kid is. The romantic dialogue is so freaking bad, and Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker looks like he's about to assault Padme. Every once in a while gives a creepy stare at Padme. It's like, sorry, my lady. It's I'm curious how George Lucas told Anakin Hayden Christensen to act in that scene. It's like, okay, I want you to act like you like Padme, and so he's like, give me a stare, a tense stare. I don't how did that conversation go? It's so weird. I just had to get that out of the way. So Padme Amidala, I have no idea if I'm saying that right, but so she has a bounty hunter strike on her, and so at the beginning of her film, her ship gets blown up, and her decoy gets killed, and she survives, and she has Anakin and Obi-Wan protecting her, and so we have a bounty hunter, which is sent by another bounty hunter to kill Padme, which is really fucking stupid. I have no, whatever, but so when we come to the scene where where this drone, so a drone was sent after her, well, no, a drone was programmed to go after her. And so, as this drone was like, I don't know, like 2 feet away from Padme, it opens a window, cuts a hole in it, and so this tube comes out and it just drops worms. Why? Worst assassin ever. Like it's so freaking bad. So we go into a chase, and so it kind of, when this chase was happening, it kind of looked weird. It kind of looked like a video game. It was like glossed over, like a video game type of look. It was weird. It was all right, but that look in general was just weird. And there was a scene where Anakin jumps out a moving vehicle, well, their flying vehicle, and Obi-Wan says, like, I hate when he does that. It's like, is that like a normal thing that Anakin does? Like, he jumps out of really high heights and perfectly lands on the enemy's vehicle? Is that what Obi-Wan really hates? What does that really mean? Like, because we only see it that one time. So what does that actually like really mean? So the next, we go to this next scene where Obi-Wan and Anakin go into a bar, and there's like this one scene where Obi-Wan tells someone, because he's been trying, some guy tries to sell him death sticks, and Obi-Wan tells him, stop selling death sticks and go home to think about your life decisions. That was a cool scene. I really like that. But yeah, like next the bounty hunter that was sent to kill Padme is killed by Jango Fett from a very far distance. This guy Jango Fett, if he can shoot because he hit this bounty hunter that he hired to kill Padme with this like little dart from a very far distance. Why wasn't he the one to kill? I don't know why. Like that's just really dumb in my mind. And so, but yeah, like this movie makes nothing but bad decisions throughout the whole entire film. But well, it could have been good if it had at least good dialogue and there wasn't sets like in. Honestly, there was actually no sets. So it was like, once again, filmed on blue screen, and like there was one scene that I'll talk about later that Lucas came up on the way to the studio set to start filming, and they just went off on whatever he just wrote right then and there. So you guys probably already know the scene, but I'll talk about that later. But yeah, like there's just. And so Obi-Wan's sent off to go find Jango Fett, and Anakin's sent off to Padme's home planet and to protect her. And so, and honestly, this is where the film, this is where I hate the film the most. It's because this whole entire film is just nothing but romance dialogue that makes no fucking sense at all. It's so fucking like horny and cringy. Like it took me like at least 2 days to finish this movie. I literally, like at the beginning of this film, I paused it and it's like no, and as I went to bed, it's like God, I know, you know what? I'm not ready. I need a little bit more time, and so. And there was another scene, and I paused it again later on in the film. And I was like, I need a break. I never had a moment in a film where I hated it so badly that I wanted it to just turn off. Dark Phoenix might have pissed me off so much, but well, I guess I was in theaters, but it didn't want to make me like stop the film. So it pissed me off, but there wasn't cringe-worthy dialogue. That's where I can't handle it. If you have cringy-worthy dialogue, especially romantic, it's just like it'll melt my brain. Everyone goes off to this water planet, which is pretty cool to find Jango Fett. And while he is there, there's these I don't know I forget what they're called, but there's people there are expecting them, and they made a clone army for Obi-Wan and the councils for the rest of the counselors, and they said they were expecting him, which don't know why, and they mentioned a guy called Sifo Dyas, and so we have no idea who Sifo Dyas is. They never. This is actually the one time they bring him up. It's just a subplot that is just brought up and never mentioned again. It's like you don't know who. But like, was Sifo Dyas like a? I mean, he was a Jedi because he was apparently on the Counselor. So, but apparently Sifo Dyas died over 10 years ago or less than that. So he was probably in the Phantom Menace. Who knows? I don't. Maybe beyond that. Obi-Wan wasn't fully sure because he was surprised to hear that name. He was like, "What?" But but the prequels never explain who he is. Maybe in the Clone Wars and season 7 he might be brought up. Who knows? Because that's apparently where you need to go and figure out stuff to connect the movies. Which, by the way, I find really dumb. I mean, I watch the Clone Wars either way because I actually really love Star Wars and I actually love the TV show, but explain your stuff in your movies so you don't have to force people to go and read books and go watch other TV shows. At least I'm fine with it because I'm already stuck in it, so might as well just keep going. But that's my problem now because I'm supporting that issue, but it's just like, come on, stop being lazy. Explain what you need to explain to us in the movie so that we can understand. Because there's so many certain people that watch the movies. There's people that don't even bother watching the TV shows or read the books. So yeah, for future on Star Wars movies, if we're ever going to get any, because Disney is not at the greatest moment right now, explain your stuff very well so you don't have to do the TV shows, because that's most of the reason why the TV shows came up, because the prequels didn't explain Anakin's turn to the dark side very well, and it could have been really abrupt. And that's another reason why. It's like, why did you have to start with the Phantom Menace? Because the Phantom Menace had nothing to do with Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker probably had about 15 minutes of screen time in the movie. And so, probably a little bit more than that. So you could have started out with Attack of the Clones, which, by the way, shouldn't be called Attack of the Clones. But yes, you should have started with Episode 2 as Episode 1, and next we could have got Episode 2 of another film with something like that could have been explained like in the Clone Wars Clone Wars TV show, instead of freaking getting someone like Liam Neeson to waste his time to play a character that we have no clue about. So like you could have started with this, but then we wouldn't have got the Darth Maul scene, fight scene. So, but we just gotta do what we gotta do. While we're on Naboo, I finally remembered it. Padme's home planet. So Anakin's protecting her from whoever's trying to hunt her down, and so while they're there, they have these weird, awkward moments where they want to bang, but we find out that Jedis are not allowed to bang. Yeah, no, that's bad. We can't love. Yeah, Jedis are just robots apparently. That's just bad. And apparently Jedis can't have nightmares. What can they do actually? Because, well, just sit around, I guess. That's all they can do. They have these weird, awkward dialogues, and they have a kiss, and it's so freaking stale, and it just doesn't work. It's so awkward. And Padme's like, no, I can't. Senators can't do senatorly, whatever. Like, it's like, what? And like, she's also like wearing these weird dress like that really show off her body, and it's like, if you don't want Anakin to come on to you, stop wearing these like these overwhelming dresses that is probably going through his head that you want to bang. It's just it's like that. It's like that normal thing that Naboo people wear. It's just like that's just their casual clothes. Obi-Wan finds I was about to say Boba Fett, but I guess Boba Fett is also in this film. But you know, George Lucas doesn't know how to cast kids apparently, because Boba Fett, the kid for Boba Fett, it's just what? The fight against Obi-Wan and Jango Fett is pretty good, at least on the water planet, until they get into space, and when they go into that stupid asteroid field. It gets a little tedious. But which other movie has an asteroid field in it? That would be Empire Strikes Back. Which one does it better? Empire Strikes Back. You want to know why? It's because, at least in Empire Strikes Back, they set it up. Remember that scene with C-3PO? Sir, the odds of surviving the asteroid field is... I don't want to know the odds. And next they go in, and it sets up the whole entire scene and suspense of them might not surviving this. And what about in episode 2? Going in asteroid field. No setup, no suspense. Just goes right in, because we're perfect and we're badasses. I really like the bomb thing that they dropped out the Boba Fett's ship. Well, Jango ship's ship is that when it goes off, the boom, great sound effects. George Lucas did great with that. So Anakin starts having nightmares about his mom. So they leave I was about to say Jakku, God no, Naboo, and they go to Tatooine, and they find out that his mom was sold off, and she had kids and got married and all that, and she was taken by the Tusken Raiders for about 3 months ago when before Anakin arrived, and so Anakin goes off and finds his mom, and this is actually the best scene throughout Attack of the Clones, is with Anakin's mother dying in his own arms. George Lucas really got that scene very well, but then he got it way too short. It seems like he wanted to still go for that PG rating. It's really disappointing, because George Lucas shouldn't have been scared to continue on that scene, because it's like, you got me, okay, okay. I was really enjoying that scene, but all right. I really like movies that take things dark, especially a Star Wars movie. If a Star Wars movie took things very serious, it would be great. And so it was really disappointing. And another thing I really liked is when Anakin is walking back with his dead mom in his arms. That was a really cool thing as well. George Lucas has the Anakin dark side of him very well, but he apparently doesn't. He just doesn't know how to invade emotion, and so he undoes the thing of Anakin in the very next scene. Speaking of undoing with the emotions and invading emotions, with Hayden Christensen's delivery, oh boy. He talks about how he hates Tusken Raiders and how they're animals and how I slaughtered them like animals, but not the men, and the women, and the children too. I hate them. Good writing, George Lucas. Obi-Wan gets captured by Count Dooku, and Count Dooku admits that the Senate is under control of a man called Darth Sidious, and Obi-Wan's like, nah, my guys back at the Jedi Council would be aware of that. Trust me, Obi-Wan. Not these guys. Not these guys. Anakin goes after and tries to save Obi-Wan, and we get that scene that I mentioned earlier, where that George Lucas wrote just right on the spot on the way to the studio set, and they just did it from there. It looked very weird. It was very choreographed. So, and we get this So we get this like weird arena scene where they fight. I don't know, these weird creatures. They go more deeply into the TV show, explaining those those animals. It's just instead of killing them immediately. Oh, and we get that weird kiss scene and that weird dialogue again by Padme, how she truly, deeply loves Anakin. I don't think you don't. I feel like George Lucas at the last moment, it's like, shit, fuck, I'm almost done with this movie and I fucking forgot that these two were supposed to fall in love. Just splat it in. What about this next scene? I like to call this the Fett's deaths. Oh my god, like, apparently Fetts always have to die in a Star Wars movie. I mean, yeah, I guess Boba Fett survived in the books, but you know. But yeah, so Jango Fett gets his head cut off by Mace Windu, and so his son goes down and picks up, you know, his father's helmet. His head is in the, you know, in the helmet, right? That's because his head got chopped off. So I always expected his head to plop out, and so it's like it should have been like this. It could have been the scene. Just picks up his helmet, just plop. Oh, fuck! At the very end, next we get the weirdest fucking duel fight in history of Star Wars, where they're just doing that, and Anakin versus yeah, not yet. Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku. They're literally doing this in the dark. It's so fucking weird. And Yoda comes in and does fucking barrel rolls and all that shit. And Count Dooku gets away, and yeah, the movie ends there. Anakin and Padme get married, and so yeah, I'm glad I'm done with this. Oh, I'm just really glad that I'm done with this. And so, but anyway, I'm just gonna give Star Wars Episode 2, The Attack of Clones, a C-. I have hated this movie, but you still can watch this as a Star Wars movie. I do hate this more than Phantom Menace, but you can still watch it as a Star Wars movie, so that's why I'm going to give it the same rating. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about Attack of Clones. Tomorrow, get ready for Revenge of the Sith. I can't wait to talk about it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about the movie down below. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.